Florida.
If you want to crown them, then crown them. They are who we thought they were.
Game on with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Happy Thursday, everybody, and welcome to the Sunshine State's only true sports talk radio show where we focus on the teams and the topics important to you, the sports fan in Florida. We are Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. I am Bianchi, Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog. I'm the sports columnist of the Orlando Sentinel. That man right over there is Kravitz, Brandon Kravitz, the hardest working man in sports media, and of course, primetime Jaden Grimes, the executive producer. He's the man who puts the go in the show. We are coming to you live from Orlando, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, all points in between on the iHeart radio app and the YouTube machine. We want to hear from you throughout the show. We like to communicate with our listeners, so make sure you can hit us up on the text line. That's 50857, the Mills Air text line, or enter the Rage Cage. And we'll have a Rage Cage topic for you later. But the idea is, Kravitz, if they have a hot take, they can rage about it and have a chance to win a prize. Is that right?
Absolutely. And you just reminded me that I need to look at what that is for today, because I think I'm oversharing with these Arnold Palmer Invitational tickets. We'll make sure everybody that has been hooked up already this week gets their share of those tickets. But I don't know, Mike. Might be a good day to give out those Mission Resort golf passes.
I may have a foursome. Of golf at the beautiful Mission Resort and Club right there next to Claremont.
I've already had people that we work with busting down the door over here looking for you for those passes.
Jim Colbert wants them.
I wasn't going to name names, but his name does rhyme with him, Schmolbert.
Well, I've got a couple of passes for him as well. All right, we got a lot to talk about today. Let's get right to it with some headlines and highlights. I believe Canada leads the women's hockey gold medal game as we speak, 1-0 early in the third period. Canada's Kristen O'Neill scores the first goal of the gold medal game. Hopefully it won't be the last goal of the gold medal game, because we want the Americans to win. At least most true Americans want the Americans to win. But Kravitz, did you know that primetime Jaden Grimes placed a bet on the Canadian women's hockey team? Did you further know that he thought hockey had 4 periods?
Oh, dear Lord.
All right. Hear me out.
Jaden, this is why I told you. I did know about this because he laid out his bet sheet yesterday, and this was part of it. I said, Jaden, here's my betting advice for you. Hover your finger over the Hard Rock app, hold it down until a little X pops up, and then hit the X and never bet again.
Yeah, well, I'm about to be up $300, so.
Okay, collect your $300 and then do what I said. I'm very happy for Jaden. I find myself almost pulling for Canada now because I want to see the young pup win his bet.
No way.
Listen, it's wagers first, patriotism second, okay?
Absolutely.
The United States does nothing but take money out of our paycheck. It's on Jaden to figure out how to put money back in it. I'm with Jaden on this.
Okay, all right. Speaking of hockey, yesterday the U.S. men's team gave up a tying goal right at the end of regulation against Sweden, and then in overtime, Quinn Hughes of the United States did this.
Quinn Hughes, he scores! He scores! Quinn Hughes in overtime wins it, and the United States will move on and face Slovakia in the semis.
Play the end of that again. Did you hear what music they're playing there, Kravitz? Listen.
Slovakia in the semis.
I can't tell what that is.
Free bird, yeah. Little free bird. Little Skinner. So the U.S. will now, hopefully, it'll be U.S. versus Canada in the gold medal. That'll be Sunday, but the U.S. now must play Slovakia on Friday, and Canada plays Finland in the other semifinal on Friday. We want U.S. versus Canada. That is a star-studded matchup.
Yeah, big time. Good luck going head-to-head with Canada for any country that's out there in terms of the men's side when you've got Connor McDavid and Sidney Crosby to worry about, the best duo that's going right now in the entire tournament. So they are a load to deal with, and America and others will have their hands full with old Canada.
I'm sure the communist Jaden Grimes will probably bet on Canada to win.
I mean, they are our neighbors to the north. It's not like he's out here betting on Russia. At least it's Canada. You know? It's not like it's China.
China. I have a new favorite NBA owner, and his name is Matt Ishbia of the Phoenix Suns. He sounded off on all the tanking going on in the NBA. He wrote he wrote on Twitter, and it was in response to a Yahoo Sports article about tanking, and multiple teams have drawn fines now before the All-Star break for sitting players who are very, very healthy and very available to play. Here's what Matt Ishbia wrote, all right, on Twitter. Quote, "This is ridiculous. Tanking is losing behavior done by losers. Purposely losing is something nobody should want to be associated with, embarrassing for the league and for the organizations, and the talk about this as a strategy is ridiculous. If you are a bad team, you get a good pick. That makes sense. But purposely shutting down players and purposely losing games is a disgrace and impacts the integrity of the whole league." Bravo, my favorite owner, Matt Ishbia. Krabs.
Yeah, it's a very noble thought, but it's naive to think that. Nobody remembers that you tanked if you get the pick and the player that you're after. And the superstar in the NBA is disproportionately more valuable than a superstar in any other sport that we follow. So if you do land that guy, your efforts, as disgraceful as it is, become completely worth it. Look at what happened to the city of Orlando when they landed Shaq. Look at what happened to San Antonio when they landed Duncan, and then again landed Victor Wembanyama. If you can get that guy in your door and all you have to do is intentionally lose when you're already bad, then it's dumb not to do it. It's on the NBA to come up with some sort of system that makes it to where doing that is of no benefit to anyone. But as long as it is, I can't begrudge teams or franchises that do this.
Okay, you bring up these generational players, all right?
This is a
Wembanyama, Shaq. All right, let me ask you this. How many playoff series have the Magic won for their 12 years of tanking? Oh, that's right, none. How many championships have the Philadelphia 76ers won for the process that they had to get Ben Simmons and to get Joel Embiid? How many championships have they won? Oh, that's right, none. I mean, you bring up these transcendent players. How about all the other tankers who don't do diddly poo for a decade of tanking? Huh? How about them, Kravitz?
Absolutely, but that's like telling somebody don't go and play the actual lottery because most people lose. When you dangle when you have a couple of winners that are out there, people are still going to mosey their way on into the gas station to go buy their ticket. And that's what these NBA teams are doing, because if they can get that player and they can't, it's the easiest path available to finding a superstar, having a top pick in a loaded draft class, which, by the way, part of the reason why we're seeing as much tanking this year as we are is because this is a loaded draft class. There is a substantial top four that teams want to be in on.
Yeah, go ahead, tank to get Peterson of Kansas, tank to get a tanker. How about that? Teams are tanking to get a tanking player. Good God.
It might be more of a cultural issue than it is an NBA specific issue. Can't argue with that.
Meanwhile, the Magic's opponent tonight, they're tanking. The Sacramento Kings, they shut down their two best players yesterday for the season. Domantas Sabonis, Zach LaVine, both are having quote-unquote season-ending surgery, even though they were playing before the All-Star game. But now suddenly they're having season-ending surgery. And I told you this, the Memphis Grizzlies, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's going to undergo surgery today to address, are you ready for this? A misalignment of his right pinky finger. Yep.
That's important.
Gotta have surgery to address that.
That explains why he couldn't make any threes last year for the Magic. Yeah. The Magic should have done that. Should have realigned his pinky finger.
Kravitz, I'm holding up my right pinky finger into the YouTube camera here. Uh-huh. It's misaligned. Should I go have surgery on it?
I don't think it's holding you back. You're still delivering the takes as well as ever. So I would just let it ride.
Those are the highlights and headlines.
Yeah, depressing times in the NBA. There are a lot of good games out there, though, by the way. And we got Pistons-Knicks tonight. It's not all bad. Jaden Rashad has reached a settlement with the University of Florida. So what do you need to know? We're going to tell you about that next.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be back right after this.
This is your Tools Ace Hardware assist of the night. Jalen Suggs doing it all and then some for the crew.
Nance runs the handoff. Jalen jumps it again and forces a turnover again. This time he'll run out and he'll dunk it. That's what you need. Run out and dunk it.
Toughness, greatness. If you're gearing up for game day, Tools Ace is your MVP for grilling greatness. From Big Green Egg to Traeger, they've got everything you need to fire up the flavor. 14 Central Florida locations, including their brand new store in downtown Windermere. Tools Ace is your neighborhood home maintenance expert, the helpful place every night and your best stop before the game. Go to toolsacehardware.com and go Magic.
It's the Bulldog, Mike Bianchi. Are you ready for a weekend getaway that's got something for everyone? Then pack your bags and head to Mission Resort and Club in beautiful Howey in the Hills, just a short drive from Orlando, right there next to Claremont. Mission Resort is renowned for its two stunning championship golf courses. I love playing El Campeon, the Champion. It was founded in 1917 and is one of the most storied courses in the Southeast. Book your tee times, and when you check in at the pro shop, tell them the Bulldog sent you and you'll get a free bucket of range balls. But there's more than just golf. How about renting a boat at the marina and exploring the largest chain of lakes in Florida? And when the day winds down, relax at the spa or one of their fabulous on-site restaurants, including the newly opened Conquistador, born from Mission Resort's historic Spanish-accented past. Mission Resort would also like to invite everyone out to the Howey Artesian Market, February 28th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. For more information on the market or to book reservations for the restaurant, hotel, or golf tee times, go to missionresortandclub.com. Mission Resort and Club, your next great escape is closer than you think.
Traffic picking up at this hour on I-4 westbound between Sand Lake Road and 535. Also tapping the brakes, Florida Turnpike southbound between 417 and 192. Also plenty of company on I-4 eastbound between 27 and World Drive. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement. Batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth LLC, a SEC registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
Buying a diamond, especially these days, can be a real challenge. And if you're not careful, you could grossly overpay or get sold an inferior cut stone that doesn't have that sparkle that you're hoping for. Hey, it's Mark Daniels. That's why I tell everyone to skip the corporate chain stores, the online retailers, the mall stores, and go straight to International Diamond Center. IDC is local. It's a family-owned business. Florida people who stand behind what they sell. With a 4-decade stellar reputation, IDC's experts guarantee to give you the best diamond, the highest quality, fully certified for price guaranteed anywhere in America. No tricks, no inflated pricing, no cloudy diamonds, no cutting corners, just the diamond you can be proud to wear or proud to give to the one you love. This is Florida's direct diamond importer. Hand-picked diamonds with the strongest warranties and guarantees in the industry. Don't risk it, guys. Buy with confidence from IDC. Trust them. I do, and you can too as well. They're in Audubon Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Multnomah. It's International Diamond Center.
Thousands of amazing finds are hitting Macy's stores for one-day sale. We're talking incredible deals on so many styles, like trending juniors denim, lightweight sweaters, even luggage sets for your next trip. And it's all 40 to 60% off. That's over half less. With Star Money bonus days, members earn rewards even faster. See you at Macy's one-day sale tomorrow. Savings off select prices. Exclusions apply.
We are Orlando Sports Leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
I've been telling you guys about Kevin Krager with LPT Realty, one of the top 25 producing agents in Central Florida. My guy is money, and he joins me now to chat about the latest in real estate. What's the one piece of advice that you would give to first-time home buyers?
Interview agents and ask important questions. Ask what's important to that agent. Make sure that that agent is listening to you and understands what it is that you need when you're buying a house. There's hundreds of thousands of agents across this country, and a lot of people can buy and sell real estate, but to protect what you're doing, you need to make sure that that agent is really connecting with you, really listening to you, and has your best interest at heart. It's not just a paycheck for me. It's not just a paycheck for a lot of agents, but I want a long-lasting relationship. I'm going to give loyalty to you. And then I also would say, as a home buyer, giving loyalty back to that agent, because at some point you're going to want to sell that house.
Trust and loyalty. You can count on Kevin for that. He'll move you right along through the real estate buying and selling process. 407-702-4635.
This month, iHeartRadio is celebrating the stars of the 2026 Winter Games. Douglasville, Georgia should be proud of Ilana Myers-Taylor, who is rewriting the definition of longevity. As the most decorated Black Winter Olympian in history, she returns to the driver's seat for her 5th Games, determined to chase one medal she has yet to win, gold. Balancing motherhood and elite competition, she navigates the icy track with veteran precision. Myers-Taylor isn't just sliding for a medal, she's sliding for a legacy. For more Winter Games gold, search Olympics on the iHeartRadio app.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
This is the beat of sports.
For me, I want to go back to the NCAA tournament. Why? Because it's fun. UCF has been there since 2019. The school needs to get back there. You've got to begin to build a brand, playing in the best basketball league in the country. You want to be viewed as somebody that, hey, they're part of that brand. And I want the players to care. And I want them to care at the same level that I do. But like I said, I have to accept, as not just the guy that broadcasts games, but as the fan in me, that sometimes I have to remind myself my passion may not match up with theirs. You're asking a guy that's on his 3rd or 4th school in 3 or 4 years to be as passionate as you. You kind of see where that maybe sometimes doesn't work. Now, you have to accept that the portal's not going anywhere. Whatever we're creating in college sports these days may get some guardrails or guidelines in the next couple of years. I don't know, but that's hard.
The beat of sports with Mark Daniels. Weekday mornings following the bridge at 9:30 on FM 96.9 The Game. Orlando's sports leader. Orlando's new home for Florida State football is AM 810 Fox Sports Radio Orlando. Hear every game live on AM 810 or search Fox Sports Radio Orlando on the free iHeart Radio app.
This is Jalen Suggs of the Orlando Magic. They say it pays to listen to Game On. How much are we talking? Now back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
The Jaden Rashada saga finally appears to be over. The well-traveled quarterback has settled a lawsuit against former Florida Gators football coach Billy Napier and a school booster, big-time booster named Hugh Hathcock. He claimed that the two men defrauded him by backing out of promises for a name, image, and likeness contract worth about $13.8 million. It was a huge story a couple of years ago. We all remember it. The lawsuit, which also included a former Florida football staff member and Hathcock's auto dealership as defendants, was the first of its kind in college sports in the era of paid athletes. Rashada's attorney, Rusty Hardin, big-time attorney who's represented a lot of celebrities. Rusty Hardin had a quote after the lawsuit was settled, and his quote was this about Jaden Rashada. Quote, "He's a bright young man with great judgment. He thought it was time to move on. He made the point he wanted to make, and now he's ready to go play football," end quote. Okay. First of all, he doesn't have good judgment, all right? And it sounds to me, Kravitz, like Jaden Rashada didn't get anything. Sounds like they say it was settled. It sounds like it was dropped to me. I don't think he got anything out of this, and evidently he signed a bad contract with Florida that had an out clause. If you'll remember, Kravitz, this is why I feel sorry for Jaden Rashada. I really do. I feel sorry for him. When he first signed this, remember originally he was going to sign at Miami, then he flipped to Florida. Florida evidently offered him $13.8 million. He signed the contract, although the contract had an out clause which allowed Florida to get out of it if they changed their mind. Do you know who was representing him at the time he signed this contract? He was represented by his high school friend, Jackson Zager, a 20-year-old sophomore at SMU at the time.
Yeah.
So his high school buddy was representing him. His father was shopping him around, and he ends up going to Florida, never played, transferred to transferred to Arizona State, played a little bit there. Then he transferred to Georgia, never played there. Then he transferred to Sacramento State. Now he's at Mississippi State. He's been through 6 schools, all right? And that's why I feel sorry for him. He had bad advice from his dad, bad advice from his high school buddy who was trying to make money off of it.
If you are listening to your 20-year-old friend, that's not bad advice. That's a bad idea.
Yeah, but again, what about your father shopping you around? What about that, Kravitz? This guy has gone through 6 schools. If he'd have stayed, and this is the cautionary tale of the transfer portal, if you ask me. If he'd have just stayed at one school and developed, I don't know if he would have turned into a great quarterback, but he would have certainly had a better chance than going from Miami to Florida to Arizona State to Sacramento State to here to there to Mississippi State. And you know what else? He's a vagabond. He probably made no friends along the way, no college buddies, no memories of college. I mean, to me, I went to college. That's best years of your life.
I understand, and romanticizing that makes sense if you're from that generation. That's just not the world that any of these players live in.
What do you mean that generation? Everybody who goes to college makes great friends in college. If you stay there.
But for right now, for these players that are highly recruited or they have success at lower level schools and then work their way up through the system, this isn't about college. This is about the business of you. Okay. And the culture has changed for those individuals. We're not talking about the person that's majoring in psychology that lives in the dorm with their buddies. This is now in the same way that an Olympic athlete, they have to grow up faster than everybody else because the prime of their money-making years and the prestige within the athletics they take part in are between the ages sometimes of like 16 and 24. And so you don't get to have the childhood or the college memories that others have. now that players are getting paid like very well-paid dudes and women on Wall Street, well, you have to grow up faster than everybody else. You don't get to have college buddies, especially if you're going to jump around. The other part of this that I think is important to detail is the timeline of everything and the start of NIL. Jaden Rashada, unfortunately for him and the schools involved, this was all part of the beginning of this process. It's not like this Jaden Rashada story falls within the window of the more matured NIL market and system that has been created, which still has a lot of work in front of it. But we're talking about the very beginning of this. He started signing deals in 2022, and you said Florida backed out of the deal, and he signed with Florida. No, he didn't. This was not at the time when schools were cutting the checks. This was the beginnings, the era of collectives. He was signed a deal with a car dealership that was going to pay him all of this. Now, of course, Florida, I'm sure, knew about it and they were supportive of it, but he never signed with Florida in terms of the financial side of it. That was all through boosters. And now we're starting to see things we should appreciate, that we rarely do this with college football. Appreciate how NIL and the transfer portal has started to mature, because now the schools can directly negotiate with the players, and it's a cleaner process than it was at the very beginning. Not great, but cleaner than it was.
Okay, but and we always focus on the big name players, the Carson Becks who sign the quarterbacks. Most players who get into the transfer portal, all right, you're talking about $25,000, $50,000, not a lot of money. Is it really worth that to jump from school to school and make no academic progress, not get your degree, have no mentorship, have no college memories? I don't think it is. I mean, for the Carson Becks, and if Jaden Rashada had got his $13 million, okay. All right, but he didn't get it. He doesn't have anything now. He's an afterthought with no money.
Yeah. He is an example of this whole process gone wrong, just like there are going to be examples on the other side. I can't argue with his particular situation. I think if he could do it all over again, I'm sure he would do it very differently, because this did not work out well for him. And to your point, you feel bad for the guy. I mean, I think he just simply made bad decisions, and you kind of reap what you sow. Let us know what you think. 50857 Game On returns after this.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
It's the Bulldog, Mike Bianchi. Strong leadership builds winners. We know that, and that's why I love Don Mealy Chevrolet. Don Mealy started this dealership more than 5 decades ago after moving his family to Central Florida. Today, Jay Mealy runs it, still family-owned and community-driven, and even gives customers his own personal email address. They proudly support youth sports organizations across our area. I love that. And here's the game plan, all right? Right now, you can get 3.9% APR for 60 months on a brand new Chevy Silverado, or up to $5,000 in bonus cash. Need room for the entire family? A new Chevy Equinox SUV. You can also get 3.9% APR for 60 months and no payments for 90 days. And I was personally talking to Jason, the GM, just the other day, and he told me, Bulldog, tell your listeners right now, they can get up to $15,000 off new Equinox EVs with nearly 60 in stock. How good is that? Drive local, give local. Visit Don Mealy Chevrolet today or shop online at donmealychevy.com. Chevy, together, let's drive.
The City Beautiful now has a new team that we can all rally behind. The MLV champs, the Orlando Valkyries. Fast, loud, flying above the net, nonstop entertainment. Professional women's volleyball is one of the best live sports out there, and we've got a game head section that you can be a part of. Just email me, Kravitz at 969thegame.com. Bring your friends, bring the family, bring the noise, and head coach Amy Pauley will bring the dubs. It's the Valkyries, Orlando's pro volleyball team, right here in our backyard.
Fix update. 3 Americans are competing for a spot on the podium in this afternoon's women's figure skating free skate. Alyssa Liu with the best medal chance, currently 3rd after her performance in the short program.
I'm just really, really happy. And this moment's really exciting. And I don't want it to, end.
The U.S. has won 24 medals, including 7 golds so far. Among the medals on the line today, women's hockey, where the U.S. and Canada battle for gold.
For NBC's live coverage from Italy, search Olympics on the free iHeart Radio app.
Are your investments in the right accounts? What's best, traditional or Roth? Are you receiving all available tax deductions? Are you paying as little in tax as you can? These are all questions you can't afford to get wrong. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth, and in many cases, it's not what you make, but it's what you keep that makes the real difference. Trajan Wealth and Trajan Tax work closely together exclusively. No more guessing about whether you should do a Roth conversion, or if maxing out your 401k is really the best option. Our nationally recognized fiduciary advisors and CPA team work in tandem to make sure your tax strategy works with your investment strategy. We'll even do your tax preparation. One team, one strategy. Isn't it time for a second opinion? Call Trajan today. 407-204-0300. That's 407-204-0300.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
The riders who face Daytona Supercross are built different. Withstanding the most unforgiving and grueling track is not just a point of pride, but of pure grit and determination. This battle can only be felt in person. Witness the action unfold at the only place in Florida where the biggest names will battle it out under the lights. Daytona Supercross is built different. It's built for champions. It's built for fans. The gate drops Saturday, February 28th. There's only one place to be. Secure your tickets and trackside access at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
If you want no windows there and we pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word TRUST right now to 20129. That's TRUST to 20129.
Night of Champions 14, live boxing returns to Kareem Royale Orlando on Friday, February 20th. Records and titles are on the line. Undefeated Alex Bray takes on Rodrigo Damian Coria for the WBA Continental Latin American title. Undefeated Daniel Perro defends his title against David Hainsworth. And undefeated Gabriela Tellez takes on Calista Silgado for the WBA Female Continental Americas title. Plus a deep undercard featuring undefeated prospects and pro debuts. Tickets available at Ticketmaster or at KareemRoyale.com/boxing.
Your freedom is everything, and the Trey Flynn Law Office is here to preserve it when the stakes are high. Trey is board certified at the state and federal level and is committed to winning and working for you. Trey is a trusted member of the Central Florida community. He's as polished and experienced a lawyer as you will find, and he's got all the stats to back it up. In sports, bad calls change games. In court, they change lives. Call Trey Flynn Law when you need a win in the clutch. 407-557-6350 or visit TreyFlynn.com.
Just thinking about how prices have gone up stresses me out. Everything's too expensive.
Yeah, but it's all good.
What's your deal?
What's my deal? I saved at Metro by T-Mobile with no activation fees. And I got 4 lines for just $25 each.
Wow.
And for free new Samsung Galaxy A17 5G. And no ID required.
Get that more for your money feeling. Only at Metro. Visit your store today. Just bring your numbers. Not available if you've been with Metro or T-Mobile in the past 180 days.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Gradual breakers. You keep your eyes on the road, so you've seen it all. As long as it all happens directly in front of you, like a Swedish masseuse, your foot knows exactly the right amount of pressure to apply to the brake. That's why your passengers feel totally relaxed with you behind the wheel and occasionally super sleepy. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
The smartest way to spend your money is not to. Straight Talk offers free 5G phones for new and existing customers on Verizon's 5G network. So the refund money I don't spend on that free phone is the refund money I get to keep for my family. Smart.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Score major deals on top brands at Mattress Firm's President's Day sale. Find your dream mattress today. Their sleep experts are highly trained to find the right one to fit your unique needs. They make sleep easy.
This is the beat of sports.
I will say this, it happens in every industry. A new industry emerges, and it has to figure itself out. The guidelines, the guardrails, the oversight has to figure it out. Cryptocurrency, from where it was 5 years ago to today, has significantly changed. Forget 10, 15 years ago when a Bitcoin was worth almost nothing. Is it better? No, it's still incredibly suspicious in so many ways. But oversight, regulations do take time. It doesn't happen as quick as some people want it, and until it happens, others will take advantage of the system, just like rug pulls happen every day in crypto. Is it good? No, but it takes time. It's happened so quickly in college sports that when people say, well, fix it, it's not as simple as it is. And as long as you have the unregulated, people will take advantage of it in every single industry.
The beat of sports with Mark Daniels. Weekday mornings following the bridge at 9:30 on FM 96.9 The Game, Orlando's sports leader.
Hey there, Central Florida, Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Thursday night forecast. A starry night and mild temperatures on tap through the overnight tonight, seeing those temperatures dropping down into the low 60s. And Friday, to wrap up the work week, it is going to be warm and sunny, temperatures throughout the upper 80s, and we're keeping those upper 80s on tap as we take a look through your Saturday as well. Sunday, we see some changes, a cold front bringing in some scattered showers, and temperatures dropping back down into the upper 70s to wrap up the weekend.
Dolphins play here. Catch every game right here on 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeart Radio app. Now back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
An early edition of Bet It or Forget It coming up at the top of the 4 o'clock hour. We'll rattle through the top stories of the day in the sports world. Excited to get into a couple of these. Daytona 500 ratings are in. Major League Baseball, or I should say ESPN, moving off of Major League Baseball on Sunday nights to make way for the WNBA and NWSL, a decision that is not being met with rave reviews online, as you could imagine, but hard to deny the growth and popularity of women's sports. In fact, we've got one in our backyard. Orlando Valkyries, their next home match, February 22nd, just a couple of days away, against the Columbus Fury. Theme night, youth sports night. First 500 fans get Valkyries themed shoelaces. That's over at Edition Financial Arena. Valkyries versus Fury. If you want tickets to the next Valkyries match, the next 3 people to text in "Go Valks" on the text line at 50857 will get tickets. 50857, text "Go Valks," and I'll have the folks at the Orlando Valkyries send tickets your way.
By the way, Kravs, the Americans scored with like a minute left in the women's gold medal hockey game. It's now 1-1. Is that right, Jaden Grimes?
Correct.
Jaden might be the most locked-in member of the United States on this match, this hockey match in the middle of the day.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm locked in. My eyes have not left the screen.
Well, anti-American, but I told them that this works out good either way. Either the United States wins gold, which we all want anytime the United States is in a competition, or our underpaid producer wins a bunch of money. So it's kind of a win-win for us, Mike.
I think we should all root for the second one, if anything.
I'm not going to root for you, but I at least support your decision. Let's get to our coach quote.
This is Jamal Mosley, head coach of the Orlando Magic, and this is your daily coach quote of the day.
Our daily source of inspiration and motivation, and today's is about Mick Cronin being an asshat. Yesterday, calling out a reporter saying, "Are you raising your voice at me?" We still have that clip, by the way. Is that? I should have probably asked you for this prior to us coming back for commercial break, but as we search for that, this is from the once respected UCLA head coach, John Wooden. Back when that head coaching seat had some prestige to it. Talent is God-given. Be humble. Fame is man-given. Be thankful. Conceit is self-given. Be careful. That from the great John Wooden. The essential theme being be humble and gracious for the positions that you have. If you're a player, the talents that you possess. If you're a coach, if you're famous in any way, that's given by man. If you're talented, that's given by God. You should be thankful. You should be humble. Instead, now we have this coaching UCLA.
What was your thought in the student section chanting Booker's name?
I could give a rat's ass about the other team's student section.
I just meant overall the way that you...
I would like to give you a kudos for the worst question I've ever been asked.
All right,
Did you like
You should take it.
the preparation of the...
You really think I care about the other?
No, I don't think you care about the other
Are you
team.
raising your voice at me?
No, I'm
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Come on, dude. Come on. Yes, you are. Everybody's standing here listening to you. Everybody. This is on camera. They can hear you. I answered the question. I could give a rat's ass about the other team's student section. I coach UCLA. I don't care about Michigan State students. I mean, who cares?
I've never wanted to reach my hand through a computer
I love that.
Whap a guy on the nose more.
I actually love it. He was poking at the reporter, and the reporter did sort of raise his voice a little bit.
He didn't. It wasn't raising. It was just it was an increased inflection. Perhaps.
Are you raising your voice? I said it. Then he gets real calm. Cronin gets real calm. He goes, "I told you, I don't give a rat's ass about the students." I answered your question. He did answer the question. I don't give a rat's ass about
it does go to show how wimpy most members of the media are. The guy was like, I promise. Don't be mad at me.
Anyway, back to John Wooden.
Yeah.
His best quote ever. You know what it was, what?
Was it about shoelaces?
No.
Something about okay.
No, it was very simple. Make each day your masterpiece. Make each day your masterpiece. Every day you should try to make just the Mona Lisa of days. Yeah.
That's really
love it.
That is good. So the reason why shoelaces popped into my head, now we're talking John Wooden. The first lesson that John Wooden would teach all of his players is how to properly tie their shoes, because he was so detail oriented. He was trying to teach his players to care about every single detail when they got out on the floor, to the minute detail of how they tie their shoes. So that's how he would start his coaching, was teaching his players how to tie their shoes.
When Spurrier was at Florida, he used to, whenever Spurrier would put his quarterback, take a quarterback out, put another quarterback in. He'd have rotating quarterbacks, and he used to always quote John Wooden about, putting players on the bench. He goes, John Wooden used to say, and John Wooden did say this, the bench is a coach's greatest ally. The bench is a coach's greatest ally. It's true.
Yeah, now it's the portal.
Now the portal is the coach's greatest enemy, because if you bench them, they're getting in the portal.
I mean, it works both ways. The portal giveth, the portal taketh away. So Tuesday was the start of the Lunar New Year, and it's the year of the fire horse. And I had heard that you're not supposed to shower on that first day, or else it wrecks your year, something like that. It's for people that believe in that sort of witchery nonsense. But it got me thinking about superstitions. And we asked this question yesterday, but the show with the Franz news, and we were out throwing axes at the Banana Axe Cabana. So it kind of got away from us. And we never really talked about our own weird superstitions or things that we believe in. You had mentioned that. What was the one that you said? It was something about babies that you said.
No. You said weird things you believe in. It wasn't really a superstition. And I said, I believe in mandatory sterilization if you have kids and can't take care of them.
Yes,
that was not a superstition, but the way you worded it at the time, weird things you believe in. But as far as superstitions,
let's tailor it more to superstitions. We started to get some texts on that, and it seemed like that was more the response that we were getting. So I wanted to lean more into that. And one of the things that I was thinking about, as I bet heavily on sports, is that I have to give a pep talk to the teams that I bet on when they start playing, and sometimes if I'm around other people, I'll do it in my head. But if I'm by myself, I effectively become their coach, and then
it's the coach's greatest ally.
And then if I'm losing, and I'm really frustrated about it, I'll turn the game off. It's if I'm on a team that goes down by double digits, you got to turn the game off. Sometimes it's the only way. I feel like the superstition is I feel like my action on that team is making them play tight, and I need them to loosen up by me not watching the game.
That's not being superstitious. That's being a degenerate gambler. Is what that is. Okay.
Sometimes those worlds bleed into one another. So, Jaden, turn the game off. Then maybe Canada will win. We'll get to more of yours coming up in the next segment. 50857. What are your weird superstitions? We'll get to that right here on Game On. Also, an early edition of Bet It or Forget It coming up right around the corner.
With Bianchi and Kravitz, we'll be back right after this.
I've told you many times, in sports, halftime adjustments win games. We know it. We talk about it all the time. You go into the locker room thinking you're fine, and then the coaches show you what you're missing. That was me with my retirement plan. I thought I had things in good shape until Trajan Wealth gave my plan a second look, and just like a great coaching staff, they made some key adjustments I never saw coming. Now I've got a clearer path to retirement and way more peace of mind. They are fiduciaries. That means their job is to put your goals first, not sell you products. When I met with them, I got straight talk, not a sales pitch. I left feeling empowered. Look, it's one thing to save for retirement. It's another thing to really feel ready for retirement. If you want to make the right adjustments before the fourth quarter of life, call Trajan Wealth. You can do that 407-204-0300, 407-204-0300. Tell them Mike Bianchi sent you, or visit TrajanWealth.com to schedule your free consultation. That's TRAJAN Wealth.com. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC, SEC registered investment advisor, client paid advertisement, additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
When it comes to buying or selling a home, you need more than just a sign in the yard. You need a pro who knows the market, knows the process, and knows how to fight for you. That's why I trust Kevin Krager with LPT Realty. Kevin doesn't just unlock doors. He brings a deep knowledge of market trends, the latest home buyer programs, cutting-edge real estate technology. But what truly sets him apart, it's Kevin's strong background in construction. He knows what to look for so that you don't end up in a money pit. Owning a home should be an asset, but it only is if you know what you're doing and if you have somebody on your side that can help you with the process. From foundation to roofline, he's focused on protecting your investment every step of the way, and even after closing, his service doesn't stop there. Kevin has the resources to help with repairs or upgrades that you may want, all at cost to his wonderful clients. So if you want more than just an agent, if you want a trusted guide who knows homes inside and out, call Kevin Krager with LPT Realty today. Your future home will thank you.
Earlier accident, John Young Parkway north of the beach line has been cleared. However, you can expect some delays traveling through that area. A disabled vehicle partially blocking the off-ramp 417 Greenway southbound to Narcosi Road. Also tapping the brakes I-4 westbound between Fairbanks and South Street. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell's new Luxe Value menu has 10 lavish indulgences, all $3 or less. It's easy to get carried away. Like when you try the new mini taco salad, you might ask, do I need a salad fork? The fork in the bag's fine. Luxe Value menu at participating locations while supplies last. Price and participation vary. Tax extra.
Accidents don't just happen between the hours of 9 to 5. That's why we make ourselves available to talk with you 24/7. For a fair fight, day or night, you know who to call. Farah and Farah.
Orlando.
If you want your windows there in Reese, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with factory direct impact windows from Reese Windows and Doors. At Reese, they've been installing affordable, high-quality windows for over 50 years, and most windows are installed in under 8 weeks. Get out your phone because now is your chance to win them for free. Just text the word TRUST to 20129 to win $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. Text TRUST to 20129 and good luck from Reese Windows and Doors.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out.
They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth LLC, a SEC registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
At Crush Yard, pickleball is just the beginning. You'll find a full restaurant and bar, arcade games, and plenty of space to hang out with friends. What starts as a few games often turns into food, drinks, and losing track of time. Play a match, grab a bite, catch up, or stay a while. Whether you're competitive, casual, or just along for the fun, there's something here for everyone. Learn more at crushYard.com.
When fire causes major damage, the road to recovery can feel overwhelming. Paul Davis Restoration responds fast with the expertise to handle even the largest fire losses. Learn more at office.pauldavis.com. Paul Davis Restoration. When things go wrong, we do what's right.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
It's pretty simple. We're neighbors. We're in your city, talking about your town. You can't fake it. Take your favorite spot on the dial with you on the go. Download the iHeart Radio app.
iHeartRadio.
Guaranteed human.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Gradual breakers. You keep your eyes on the road, so you've seen it all. As long as it all happened directly in front of you. Like a Swedish masseuse, your foot knows exactly the right amount of pressure to apply to the brake. That's why your passengers feel totally relaxed with you behind the wheel and occasionally super sleepy. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
This is the beat of sports.
Some people look at the NBA of these guys don't play, they don't care. That's bad, and you have to figure that out. The problem is, how do you figure out the right solutions that the players join you with that? I don't know, but wasn't a great weekend, I thought, for Adam Silver. And as far as the All-Star weekend itself, like I said, it's not for me, but I can't imagine the NBA league office high-fiving going, man, that Saturday really seemed to work. And then if it's like, well, now what do we do? I don't know. I don't know if you can salvage something because you're not really going to convince these star players, even though, like we said last week, if Anthony Edwards, if he's the guy that said, hey, if I'm the face of the league, I'm not going to shy away from it. You want to be the face? Volunteer next year for the dunk contest. Go out of your way to say, I view it as my duty to be an NBA player, to be a superstar, and I want to be the face of the league. I'll do it.
The beat of sports with Mark Daniels. Weekday mornings following the bridge at 9:30 on FM 96.9 The Game. Orlando's sports leader.
Battery pop quiz. Did you know that most rechargeable devices use lithium-ion batteries? They're in laptops, power banks, and more. They can, however, be a fire risk. So power up your battery smarts with tips from the National Fire Protection Association. Only buy products with a safety certification mark. Charge devices on hard surfaces. Don't use off-brand cords, and always unplug when fully charged. Let's charge into fire safety. Visit fpw.org/battery for more tips.
WYGM Orlando, WJRR HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
This is Jonathan Isaac of the Orlando Magic. Way to rebound from that commercial break, guys. Now back to Bianchi and Kravitz.
I resent one of the things that came through on the text line.
Of course you do.
Kravitz, you don't understand how many people are watching this game right now, and that is sad. One of my biggest pet peeves, Mike, is when people twist your words.
What did you say?
And so this individual, Johnny, by the way, love Johnny, but sometimes he's a clown, and he knows it. Team USA just won. We got the gold. Oh, Jaden,
poor Jaden Grimes.
Jaden, you'll have to wait another day. You'll have to wait another day for your big parlay payout. All right, well.
It may never happen.
This is a fine promotion for Hard Rock Bet, though.
2-1?
They won 2-1. Yep, just won an OT. So big-time gold medal. And so I mentioned earlier, I said Jaden Grimes might be the most locked-in person on this game right now. And somehow that was twisted to me saying that he's the only one in America watching the game. It's a gold medal game in the Olympics on NBC. Of course, other people are watching it, and probably at a pretty large number for a 1 o'clock game on a Thursday. It was a joke, first of all. And second of all, I didn't even say he was the only one watching it. It annoys the hell out of me when people twist your words.
Pat Lynch of Lynch and Taco just sent me a text. How did that taste, Canada?
There you go.
How did that taste?
Yeah, keep your maple. Shove it.
Yeah.
All you are is an American top hat, Canada. Take that.
You'll be our 51st state soon enough.
It's too cold. It's too cold in Canada.
You ready for my superstition?
Yeah. You don't like walking under ladders because it makes you feel small.
No.
Okay.
No. I can easily walk under ladders. In fact, I like that superstition because I can actually do it and most people can't.
You don't step on a crack because you're afraid that you're going to break your mother's back.
When I was a kid, I actually still do that one. You know, that was something you did as a kid. But I'm still, when I'm walking on the sidewalk, I won't step on a crack. But that's not mine. All right, mine is no matter what age I am. All right, no matter what age I am, if it's 55, 56, 57, 58, whether it's an odd or an even number, okay? If I'm say I'm 59 years old, all right? When I was 59. When I'm at the gym, all of my reps have to end in an odd, like I don't like instead of doing a set of 12, I'll do a set of 11. It has to be an odd number.
Well, you should do 13. I mean, come on.
No, I don't do 13. I never.
Kind of lame to stop one early just for your own compulsions.
No, but I'll go up to 15. I won't do a rep or a set of 13 because that's unlucky.
All right.
Another superstition, of course.
I had one that I thought of. This is the most superstitious thing I've ever done in my life, but I don't do it anymore because it was specific to the house that I grew up in from 7 to 17 in Coral Springs, Florida. My bedroom had 2 light switches by the door, and one of them controlled the light and the fan. And the other one, for 10 years of my life, I could not figure out what the other light switch controlled. So I always thought it controlled my luck. So I would keep that light switch on, probably upping my parents' power bill because something was on that I was unaware of for 10 years. But I always kept that. If I came home and somebody had switched it off, I would feel tense and I would have to flip it back on.
Kravitz, when it was, this goes to like an outlet, that light switch. It's a bottom plug that were nothing. If something had been plugged in, the light would have came on.
I can't say that I put a lot of work into figuring it out. I think I settled on the luck thing pretty quickly, and then just kind of rode that out through high school. But that was one of mine. What about a black cat crossing your path? Are you weird about that?
No, but somebody's UCF fan says they will never wear any colors of UCF's opponent that they play that day.
Okay,
Never.
I like that. That's good. Nice sports-themed superstition. Yeah. We've got Bet It or Forget It, 4 o'clock hour edition, top stories in sports, right after this Fox Sports update. USA! USA!
USA! USA!
with Bianchi and Kravitz is back. Time to see if they're ready to put their money where their mouth is. Let's get into another round of Bet It or Forget It.
Four o'clock hour has arrived. Time for an early edition of the world famous daily segment, Bet It or Forget It, brought to you by Better Edge, the app that allows bettors to compete against each other socially. Bet more, win more with Better Edge. Use the promo code BeatBrandon at sign up for $20 upon your first arrival. That's betteredge.com or on the Better Edge app. Team USA just took the gold in the women's hockey tournament, and we await the men to see if they can do the same thing.
Jaden Grimes, who would have won $300 on that parlay, had Canada won. You want to know Jaden Grimes' quote to me during the break?
Yeah.
I've never been more disappointed in my country.
You would have won money, man.
I'm ashamed to be an American. It cost me my payout. Hit the music. All right, Mike, let's start with the U.S. women bringing home the gold for gold U.S. of A. Right now, they are standing and waiting for the national anthem, Old Glory, draped over their shoulders. Bet it or forget it, Jaden Grimes will never bet against his country ever again.
Oh, bet it. Absolutely. Yeah, this should be a lesson to all. This should be a lesson to all Americans. Never bet against the red, white, and blue, because that makes you, first of all, disloyal and a traitor, but it also makes you a loser. A loser.
Loser. You bet against the red, white, and blue. You are doo-doo. I made a rhyme. Okay. Next up.
Jaden Grimes, let me just ask Jaden. Jaden, okay, betting against Canada, no real sin in that. But say it had been like China or Russia. Would you have bet on those teams?
No, unless it was like, I would have won like $1,000 or something.
Okay, you would.
Before we move on, this was the first wager that he placed. He's now 21 years old, so he's able to bet on the Hard Rock app. Can you just for the laughs of it, can you explain the three legs of this parlay?
So I needed USA to beat Sweden yesterday, and then I needed Switzerland to win this morning. I forgot who they played, and then they did. I was asleep while that game was going on, and then Canada blew it for me.
You see, you remember my superstition? The mistake you made was watching the game.
You're right.
Canada would have brought home the gold that watched it. Darren Peterson once again pulls the plug on his own game last night while playing with Kansas, missing most of the second half. Bet it or forget it, Bill Self and Kansas should shut him down for the rest of the season for his behavior.
Forget it. I mean, they've let him do it. They've let him do it so far. They paid him a lot of money to come play for Kansas. A lot of people think he's going to be the first player picked in the NBA draft. No, you've made your bed now, Bill Self. You slept with the devil. The devil went down to Georgia, and you slept with him. Now you got to live with it. And you know what happens when you sleep with a dog? You get fleas. Well, guess what? I hope Kansas gets fleas from this.
Yeah, but isn't it fair to say that if the fleas are worse than you anticipated, you thought maybe you'd have some ankle bites that you got a little itchy, but instead they're covered in hives now? Maybe it's time to take the dog out, take him to the vet, wash your sheets, and be done with it.
First of all, do you really think Bill Self like some bastion of integrity in college coaching? The guy should have been fired years ago for cheating with the sneaker reps, buying his players back then. And now suddenly what? Oh,
but those players that he cheated to get played basketball.
Yeah. I have no sympathy for Bill Self. Forget it.
The Magic head to Sacramento tonight to play the Kings. in a highly anticipated NBA game tonight. We will have coverage for you starting at 9:30, tip-off at 10 o'clock. They will, of course, be without Franz Wagner. Bet it or forget it. While we might not label this one a must-win for the Magic, it is a must-score 25-plus for Paolo Banchero so he can shut up the haters.
Forget it. No, this is a must. This is a must-win tonight. I don't want to hear about the excuses of injury. They're playing a Sacramento King that's won 12 games this year, and yesterday just shut down their two best players because they're tanking. You don't lose to bad tanking teams, even if you're without Franz Wagner. It has nothing to do with Paolo scoring 25. They just need to win. They need to win games like this that the other team is essentially saying, hey, here's a win. All you have to do is take it. So, no, this is a must-win tonight.
Yeah, I try and be judicious with my must-win tags for the Magic, but hard to argue with that case right there because a must-win to me is picture the scenario if the team loses.
Right.
What's the conversation? What's the feeling in the room? And if you lose to this Kings team fresh off of the All-Star break, I don't care who is out there, this would be all-time low vibes for a season that has had some very low moments. This could be the worst of all if they lose this game, so I'm with you on that. A lot is being made of the decision by ESPN to move off of their Sunday Night Baseball broadcast to make way for the WNBA and NWSL for what ESPN is dubbing Women's Sports Sundays. Bet it or forget it, ESPN is making the correct forward-thinking move, aligning themselves with a growing portion of the sports industry.
I'll bet it. It's not like they're not televising baseball. All right, they're still televising a lot of baseball. They're just making a night for women's sports, which I like. For the longest time, the male-dominated sports media, whether it be, back in the good old days, the newspaper industry or TV sports, they didn't care about women's sports. They let women's sports essentially go without any exposure. Now you've got women's sports stars like Caitlin Clark who have proven that they can get TV ratings. I love that ESPN is opening the door to women's sports because women's sports has been neglected for far too long. I'm glad to see ESPN making a statement here. And again, it's not like you can't watch baseball whenever you want. ESPN still televises loads of baseball, and if you want to watch a game, get the package.
Well, agreed, and I highly suggest that if you're a baseball fan because you have limitless games all season long. Couple of things to factor in here. One, games that include Caitlin Clark, and I promise you that ESPN putting a showcase night for women's sports on their network, they are going to have a lot of Indiana Fever games on Sunday nights. That will get a higher rating than any baseball game they could have put on. Now Caitlin Clark game specifically, I don't think any other WNBA game, certainly not an NWSL game because that league just isn't popular enough yet, that will not do as well as baseball. But Caitlin Clark outdraws baseball. That's just a fact. The other part about this is this reminds me of the Bill Belichick story, Mike, where there was when Belichick was not elected to the Hall of Fame on this first attempt at the ballot. There was this immediate collective outrage of, how dare you not vote him in? And then people started to tell the real story. Like, it was Sam Kavaris that we had on the show who said, well, there just wasn't enough room on the ballot. And then everyone went, oh, okay, well, that actually makes sense. Major League Baseball has moved their Sunday night broadcast to NBC. This is a non-story. NBC is going to carry Sunday Night Baseball. I'm sure that Major League Baseball said, yeah, we'd prefer if you didn't go head-to-head with us on our new network over here. So I don't even think this is an ESPN decision of moving off of baseball. It's baseball moving off of ESPN.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know that.
I set you up for this.
Yeah, you did. I mean, yeah, that ESPN's putting women's sports on because They need something there now.
Exactly. Tiger Woods will not be playing in the Genesis Invitational, which started today, I believe. But he did leave the door open for a Masters appearance. Bet it or forget it. Thought of this scenario. His son, Charlie, who now committed to FSU, is going to make the cut on a PGA Tour or major event before his dad is able to again.
Forget it.
Forget about it.
Forget it. I don't know when Tiger Woods is going to play again. He left the door open for the Masters. I don't think there's any way he plays the Masters. I mean, he's not even able to play in that that indoor what's that league called that he and Rory
the
started?
2GL.
Yeah, he's not even playing in that now because he can't swing good. So no, Charlie Woods is a good youth golfer. He's not a great youth golfer, right? He's not a great junior golfer. We don't even know if Charlie is good enough to make the PGA Tour yet. Maybe he will someday, but that's going to be years down the road, and by that time, Tiger will either be, retired or will have shut it down permanently.
By the way, through 4, Rory McIlroy tied for the lead out at the Genesis with Akshay Bhatia and Colin Morikawa up there as well. So I got ourselves a thick field out at Genesis in the Genesis Invitational. All right, we're going to get back to a couple of your text messages right around the corner. Also, Darren Peterson seemingly putting himself on the shelf and punting on his college experience. Why is he doing this? We'll get into that next.
With Bianchi and Kravitz.
It's the Bulldog Mike Bianchi championship teams. We all know they invest in strength and conditioning. Stronger, faster, built to last. That's what Renewal by Andersen does with their Acclaim Impact windows. Fibrex material is twice as strong as vinyl, so you won't see warping or cracking down the road. They're tested in extreme weather conditions because Florida doesn't play around. We know that. Heat, humidity, howling winds. We do not play in Florida. And right now, during free window February, buy 4 windows or doors and get the 5th free, plus 0 down, 0 payments, 0 interest for 12 months. You improve comfort, you reduce energy costs, you cut down the outside noise, and protect your home, all in one smart move. That's what Renewal by Andersen is doing for you in February. Offer ends February 28th, by the way. Restrictions apply. So whether you're in Central Florida, the Gulf Coast, or in Jacksonville, visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Andersen, where comfort meets quality.
The City Beautiful now has a new team that we can all rally behind. The MLV champs, the Orlando Valkyries. Fast, loud, flying above the net, nonstop entertainment. Professional women's volleyball is one of the best live sports out there, and we've got a game head section that you can be a part of. Just email me, Kravitz at 969thegame.com. Bring your friends, bring the family, bring the noise, and head coach Amy Pauley will bring the dubs. It's the Valkyries, Orlando's pro volleyball team, right here in our backyard.
Some road construction on I-4 westbound causing a bit of a slowdown this afternoon between the Beach Line and Darrell Carter Parkway. You also have a slow ride on I-4 westbound between Fairbanks Avenue and South Street. Also tapping the brakes, Florida Turnpike southbound between 417 and 192. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance is making it easy to save money. When you bundle your auto policy with home, condo, or renters, you'll earn a multi-policy discount. Easy to bundle, easy to save. Visit Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
Host an event they'll never forget at Crush Yard. Designed for group gatherings of all kinds, Crush Yard makes it easy to bring people together for team events, birthday parties, and milestone celebrations. With pickleball courts, great food and drinks, and flexible space to play or relax, everything comes together in one place. We handle the details so you can focus on your guests and enjoy the moment. It's an interactive, high-energy experience everyone will remember. Learn more at crushyard.com.
Orlando's signature event is back. The Arnold Palmer Invitational, presented by MasterCard, returns to Bay Hill March 2nd through 8th. Experience the new-look Michelob Ultra Fan Deck, plus fan-favorite events like Throwback Thursday, presented by Corksicle, Wine and Dine on 9, presented by Briggs & Riley, the reimagined Birdies and Barbecue, and more. Don't miss the PGA Tour's best at Orlando's signature event, the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Get tickets today at arnoldpalmerinvitational.com.
I don't know about you, but I can't stand when I see creepy crawlies all over my house. That's why I have to have a pest control provider that doesn't just treat the pest problem, they solve it. You can keep your home protected from the bugs all year long. Get yourself a termite bond while you're at it. Tell them that Brandon Kravitz and Mike Bianchi from Game On sent you by. Get 10% off of your initial service. Burn Pest is a family-run operation right here in our backyard in Central Florida. Go and find them online easily, and don't stress about these pests anymore. It's burnpests.com.
Not sure how to tackle your taxes? Are you sweating the small print? You may be experiencing FOMO, the fear of messing up. The answer? Using TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They help you get your biggest refund, and then we help you do more with it, with a personalized plan designed to help you hit your money goals. It's time to take your taxes to the max. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Hey, it's the Bulldog, Mike Bianchi. Let's start February strong in a brand new Chevy from Don Mealy Chevrolet, your truck headquarters for 50 years. Right now, get 3.9% APR for 60 months on a 2026 Chevy Silverado or up to $5,000 in bonus cash. Looking for something the whole family will love? How about a 2026 Chevy Equinox with 3.9% APR for 60 months and no payments for 90 days? Visit Don Mealy Chevrolet today or shop anytime at DonMealyChevy.com. Chevy, together, let's drive.
How do we respond to lowball offers from insurance companies?
With relentless litigation. For the justice you're entitled to after an accident, you know who to call.
Make it a Farah fight. Fair and Farah.
Orlando.
If you want your windows there and we pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Factory Direct Impact Windows from Reese Windows and Doors. At Reese, they've been installing affordable, high-quality windows for over 50 years, and most windows are installed in under 8 weeks. Get out your phone because now is your chance to win them for free. Just text the word TRUST to 20129 to win $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. Text TRUST to 20129 and good luck from Reese Windows and Doors.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
This month, iHeartRadio is celebrating the stars of the 2026 Winter Games. Hailing from Vail, Colorado, Michaela Schifrin might just be the greatest alpine skier of all time. With over 100 World Cup victories, the youngest Olympic slalom winner arrives in Milano Cortina to further cement her legacy. Her technical precision in the slalom and fearless speed in the downhill make her a threat in every race as she takes to the slopes to chase more Olympic hardware. For more Winter Games gold, search Olympics on the iHeartRadio app.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
You know, it's actually been relatively cool lately, which means now is the best time to call Ziegler Air Conditioning for your annual maintenance check. Jason and his crew have been keeping Central Florida cool for 40 years. They know what Florida heat can do to your system. Believe me, they don't just show up like some companies and say, hey, it looks good. They actually take things apart. They check every connection, lubricate every part, and blow all that gooky gunk out of your drain lines to make sure you're running efficiently before the next heat wave closes in. And here's the other thing, the main thing I love about Ziegler Air. When you need them most, they're always there. On a recent holiday weekend, they showed up within an hour and saved the day for me and my family. They're honest, quick, and never pushy. Just pros doing what they do best. Give them a call, 407-245-8765, 407-245-8765. Ziegler Air Conditioning. Don't ever lose your cool.
UCF Knights play here. Catch every game right here on 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeart Radio app. Welcome back to the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
On the text line at 50857, all powered by Mills Air. USA won gold in Brandon's favorite event yesterday. We all know what that is.
The giant slalom.
That's the one.
We won gold?
That is what I am told from our crack research team called the text line.
You mean the text line?
Yeah, it was a busy day yesterday. I didn't have time to check in on the slalom. We got another one here that says, I do everything. Oh, we already read that one. Superstition, eating grapes under the table on New Year's? I'd never heard about this.
My neighbor brings my whole family grapes every year, and we have to eat 12 grapes.
Under the table?
Well, I don't do it under the table.
But other people are doing it under the table?
I guess. I don't know.
That's a really weird one.
I like to do some other things under the table, if you know what I mean.
Straight cash, homie. So does Jaden Rashada. We do have Arnold Palmer Invitational tickets to give away, by the way. So I have been given the spreadsheet here of all the tickets that we have. And we have we got another Thursday grounds pass to give away today. And if you want to win, enter the Rage Cage on the iHeartRadio Talkback. Leave us a talkback on any of the great topics that you've heard us discuss so far, whether it's the Magic must-win scenario, Darren Peterson checking out of a game last night, and his draft stock, and we're about to get into that right now, or your weird superstitions. Your talkback can win you Thursday grounds pass tickets to the Arnold Palmer Invitational coming up in early March out at Bay Hill. So rogue injuries are continuing to keep the best player on the Kansas Jayhawks, the presumptive number one overall pick, Darren Peterson, out of games. Peterson last night in a win for Kansas over Oklahoma State played only 18 minutes before being ruled out because of cramps. And there's a video that is circulating, and it's not like this is like Zapruder film stuff. This is just from the game where Peterson shoots a three. I think he makes it. The video kind of stays on him.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, but he turns around to Bill Self and kind of gives him the hand motion, like get me out of the game. And then Bill Self did exactly that. Peterson has only played in 15 of a possible 26 games with injuries ranging from the aforementioned cramps to flu-like symptoms, hamstring tightness, a sprained ankle, and it seems like Bill Self.
What about the strained cuticle?
I haven't heard that one yet. But you would think, okay, hey, this is what they signed up for. Bill Self is on board. Well, it certainly doesn't sound like it. Here's Bill Self after the game.
Well, we've had it more than a couple of times, and I didn't anticipate that tonight at all. I thought he was good to go, but obviously we only got 18 minutes out of him. That's disappointing because he could have had a really big night. But one thing about it is it's happened often enough that our guys have learned to play without him, even though that's not the way we want to play. But that's certainly something that we're not unaccustomed to, right now.
I mean, that's just straight up calling out your player. And imagine how frustrated his teammates are who do play well without him, that are probably looking and saying, why don't you just sit your ass on the bench and we've got it. We don't need you out here anymore. This is such a peculiar situation, and the rumor is that it's his handlers, his agents, whatever you call them, that have dictated these terms from the very beginning, that he will play when he feels like it. What a disaster.
And you know what? It's not his fault. It's not his fault. It's the damn NBA's fault. Why doesn't the NBA just take these guys out of high school instead of this farcical, hey, you have to go to college for 6 months before we can draft you? That's insane. I mean, good Lord. I'm not saying I agree with what Peterson's doing, but why should a guy risk his well-being and his multi-zillion-dollar future to play for Kansas for 6 months? The only reason he's doing it is because he has to.
No, you don't. Right? No, you don't. You don't have to. You could go. Yes. Yeah, the Thompson twins didn't go play in college.
Right.
There are a number of options. You could just work out at the house. Nobody's forcing you to go to Kansas. Like is his hands tied collecting his $5 million check from Kansas?
You're right. He could go to the G League, but he's making a lot of money. He can make money at Kansas, more money than he can make in the G League.
You're blaming the wrong people, Mike. And maybe the NBA should alter their rules. This is on the coaches. You think Bill Self
on the NBA?
Bill Self can't recruit a winning basketball team without getting in bed with a player and an agent that are going to pull themselves out of games midway through? It's a joke. Just tell the guy to shove it.
Would Peterson be the number one pick coming out of high school? Probably would, right?
If he's the number one pick playing half of the games at Kansas, then yes.
So why can't the NBA just allow him to go right into the league?
That's fine, and I would sign off on that. Then that's fine. And the NBA used to do that, and the league didn't crumble.
And it worked out fine.
And it worked out fine. Kobe Bryant, Dwight Howard, there's a number of examples of it working. LeBron James have a height of him. It worked out just fine. But that's not the reality that we are living in. Here's Jamal Mashburn on the TNT broadcast talking about how this should be handled.
I think the interesting part is with this NIL era and the transfer portal, this has become much more transactional than we really thought about, from the standpoint that we can't separate the conversation of them winning a championship and him going to the NBA, because it's a transition year for him at the end of the day. If he can go straight from high school and go to the pros, he probably would have done it at the end. I mean, that's how I see it. Yeah. So they really need him to win a championship. But if he's going to get in the NCAA tournament and you're going to load manage that part of it, why even be a part of it?
Why even be a part of it? And you have no assurance that this isn't going to happen come March. And I would want no part of that.
No. What can you do about it, though? What can you do about it?
Bye.
You could say that, but you signed this guy for, again, I don't know what he made in his NIL contract, but I'm sure it was multi-million dollars to play. Maybe they need to put something in these contracts. You're to play a certain amount of, I don't know how you could even do that.
Or you know what they could do? They could bring him off the bench, and then rather than having to take him out, they go, Darren, are you okay with playing basketball today? You want to play basketball this afternoon?
It's just a joke.
It's a complete joke. Up next, it's Bianchi's favorite time of the week, Polapalooza time here on Game On. Don't move a muscle.
Bianchi and Kravitz.
By now, you've probably seen that bright green, teal, very recognizable, unmistakable Mills Air service truck in your neighborhood. Just know that when you see those trucks in your neighborhood, someone that you live next to is being taken care of very well. Mills Air is family-owned and operated. They have provided affordable, friendly, and expert HVAC services across Central Florida since 1992. They have been good to me for years. They're honest. They explain what's going on. They don't try and upsell you on things that you don't absolutely need. I trust them, and I do not throw that word around lightly. So if your system is acting weird or you just want to get ahead of things, give Leon and Mills Air a call. Be the easiest decision you made throughout all of 2026. 407-277-1159 and online. You can find them at millsair.com.
This message is for all you couples out there, because when one of you isn't feeling great, energy, performance, or confidence, it affects both of you. At Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness, they've got treatments that help both men and women reconnect. For the guys, there's shockwave therapy and the P-Shot, natural, non-surgical ways to boost performance and blood flow in the bedroom. For women, they offer shockwave therapy and Emcella, therapies that improve comfort, sensitivity, and pelvic strength post-menopause. It's all medical, all natural, and it really works. Dr. John Carrizzella and his team know this isn't just about physical performance. It's about restoring confidence and connection. If you and your partner want to feel like your best selves again, together, start here. Go to hormonesandwellness.com/bulldog and tell them Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog, sent you. That's hormonesandwellness.com/bulldog.
Looking for a workout that doesn't feel like a workout? At Crush Yard, wellness is all about movement, connection, and fun, no matter your skill level. Whether you've never picked up a paddle or you play every week, pickleball gets your body moving and your stress levels down. Adding great food, refreshing drinks, and a social atmosphere, and it's wellness you actually want to show up for. Learn more at crushyard.com.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life. In Office Orlando.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth, LLC, a SEC-registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with factory direct impact windows from Reese Windows and Doors. At Reese, they've been installing affordable high-quality windows for over 50 years, and most windows are installed in under 8 weeks. Get out your phone because now is your chance to win them for free. Just text the word TRUST to 20129 to win $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. Text TRUST to 20129 and good luck from Reese Windows and Doors.
Orlando Magic basketball lives here on 96.9 The Game, and your game day Magic coverage is powered by IBEW Local 606. Proud to serve electrical workers across Central Florida, providing its members with a supportive community, training, valuable benefits, and advancement opportunities. IBEW Local 606 has been powering and serving Central Florida for over 75 years, and they are the dream team for electrical workers across this area. For more info, head to IBEWLocal606.org and go Magic.
Catch the 96.9 The Game stream team, powered by Farrah and Farrah, Orlando's personal injury attorneys at events throughout Central Florida, for your chance to win prizes and tickets to upcoming events. For a complete listing of events, go to 969thegame.com/events.
MCA Transportation is Orlando's official game day bus of 96.9 The Game. From school field trips to luxury rides and full-size buses, MCA has delivered top-tier service for over 25 years. Book now at mcatransportation.com.
Enjoying a healthy dinner that tastes great means eating out at a pricey restaurant, right? Wrong. Healthy Choice Simply Steamers are delicious and healthy. The Tray and Tray steam technology delivers crisp veggies and tender protein in tasty selections, like Healthy Choice Simply Steamers grilled chicken and broccoli Alfredo. It's a satisfying meal with 28 grams of protein and nothing artificial. Healthy Choice Simply Steamers. What having it all tastes like.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700. Plus, get a free adjustable base with select Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Choose one of Wendy's new Biggie Deals at $4, $6, and $8. The new Biggie Deals are bigger and biggier than ever. For a pretty Biggie deal, gotta be Wendy's. U.S. price and participation may vary.
The Magic are back from the NBA All-Star break tonight. They're in Sacramento. Orlando will continue to play without Franz Wagner. He's got a high ankle sprain. Over to college hoops, where Stetson will host Central Arkansas. The Hatters come in as the loser in 4 of their last 5 games. And the U.S. men's hockey team, they're in the Olympic semifinals for the first time in over a decade, and they're getting set to face Slovakia. That one's tomorrow. I'm Scott Davidson.
This is 3-time Pro Bowler Sean Merriman. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Rasmussen University.
Rasmussen University is where passion meets education, offering over 60 career-focused programs ranging from nursing and early childhood education to business and IT. Whether you're starting fresh or leveling up, there's a path here built for your goals. Learn more at rasmussen.edu.
Carmelo Anthony for the Bail Project.
Bad news, you've been arrested. Good news, you're innocent until proven guilty. If you can pay your bail, good news, you go home and wait your trial. If you can't, sorry, you go to jail to wait. But sure, you still presume innocent. But since you can't afford bail, you've lost your freedom. That's not right. And that's why the Bail Project helps those who can't afford it while fighting to end cash bail. Because freedom should be free.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Saturday, UCF Hoops on the Game as the Knights take on conference rival Utah. Our coverage begins at 8:30, tip time at 9 p.m. Catch every minute right here on your exclusive home for UCF Sports. FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the absolutely free iHeart Radio app. We wait for this moment all week. It's a party. It's a bash. It's Polapalooza.
Polapalooza, brought to you by Kevin Krager. Home buying is a pain in the you-know-what, so you need a no-nonsense, honest realtor who's going to guide you through the process. Trust Kevin Krager to move you right along. 407-702-4635. Bianchi waits all week for this. It's Polapalooza. Time to scratch that whole itch. Jaden, you know what to do. All right, there it is. One more time. I always know it's coming one more time than I want it to. There you go. See? Poll question number 1. Do you think Franz Wagner regrets playing in the Berlin game now that he's on the shelf? Again, essentially asking that, knowing what he knows now, would he hold himself out for that game so that he could be ready for the final stretch of the regular season? Or did that game mean so much to him that he wouldn't give it back for anything? Yes, it set him back, or no, it was once in a lifetime.
That's the dumbest question ever. Yes, it set him back, and yes, he would do it again. It's not like he's never played basketball in his hometown. I mean, he's played in world games. He's played in international competition. Yes, it was a regular season NBA game. Whoop-de-doo.
Whoop-de-doo? He pushed himself back out onto the court for that exact reason.
Yeah, but if he knew what he knew now, of course he wouldn't do. I would hope not. Anyway, I would hope he wouldn't put his entire NBA team that's paying him $180 million their entire season in jeopardy just because he wanted to play a game in his hometown.
Well,
a zillion games in his hometown.
Well, mister, that's the dumbest question I've ever heard. How about this? 50-50 is the vote right now. An even split. Yes, it set him back. No, once in a lifetime. 50-50. That is officially a great question.
50% of the people don't think much of Franz Wagner's feelings for the Magic if they think he would do the same thing all over again.
What was that hot take that Jaden had from last week? What was it? That he cares more
about Euro basketball than Magic basketball, more committed.
Maybe there are people that believe that. Jaden does. Well, at least, I don't know if Jaden wholeheartedly believes it. Yeah, okay, he believes it. If you were Mike Evans' agent, would you be advising him to stay with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers so that he could retire a Buck, or head elsewhere for a better chance at winning a Super Bowl? Retire a Buck or head elsewhere. What would you advise Mike Evans to do if you were his agent?
Are we talking the same amount of money?
Yes.
Oh, remain a Buck. Be a Buck for life. I mean, that's so rare that a professional athlete in today's transient world would get to stay with the team that drafted him. And plus, he's already won a Super Bowl. He won a Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's not like the Bucks stink. It's not like the Bucks won't have a chance to get into the playoffs next year and win a Super Bowl. But God, if he stays with Tampa Bay, not that he's not already beloved by Buccaneers fans, but if you stay with the same team your entire career, that's another level of being beloved. I mean, just think about it. You think Cleveland fans love LeBron James as much as they would had he stayed his entire career there? No.
LeBron's not the best example because he kind of jumped around like a pogo stick. But I would think of it more like, what about Michael Jordan? You think do Bulls fans love him any less because he finished with Washington? It doesn't really matter at the end.
Do
San Francisco Giants fans do they hold it against Willie Mays that he finished with the Mets? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you finish with. It's cool if you're able to so
Willie Mays was over the hit. Willie Mays was a shell of himself. All right.
The Bucks drafted this guy's replacement.
We're not talking about Mike. Mike Evans still is a pretty damn good receiver who is a great goal line threat. No. Mike Evans isn't Willie Mays falling down in center field playing for the New York Mets, for crying out loud.
Retire a Buck, 72% of the vote. Head elsewhere, 28%. I'm with the 28%ers out there. I think it's time for old Mike to move on. Poll question number 3. After multiple instances where Darren Peterson has seemingly checked himself out of games, where would you be comfortable drafting him in the upcoming NBA draft? First overall, where he's projected to go, still top 3, top 5 at best, or he would be off your board completely because of these shenanigans?
I know what's going to win. Off the board's going to win, but you know what? The way not playing hurt, pulling yourself out of the game at the first sign of any sort of pain in your body. That's the NBA way. He'll fit right in.
Come on.
He'll fit right in with the NBA. My ankle feels a little sore. I need to be out for 10 games. NBA, sure. He'd still be top 3 on my board. He fits right in with the league. It's a tanking league. Why not have a tanking player in a tanking league?
Did you not get enough sleep, Mike? What is this? Some false narrative stuff. The best players in the league, they play, okay? Yes, there's every once in a while you get guys that pull themselves out of action, but if you're trying to win a championship, those guys are dogs. Can't win a championship unless you get that dog in you.
Tanking player fits right in with a tanking league.
I hate that I agree with you, though. Still top 3 for me as well. Off the board is the winner of the poll, 52% of the vote. Top 5 at best at 24%. The poll looks like stairs right now with still top 3, 15%, and then first overall only 9% of the vote. Poll question number 4. We haven't touched on this one yet today. Fox Sports announced an average of 7.5 million viewers for the Great American Race on Sunday, an 11% increase for the Daytona 500 over what they did in 2025, but still less than the NBA All-Star Game. Should NASCAR be happy with these results? Yes, thrilled. No, it shouldn't be close. Or I'm going to give you guys an out here. TV ratings are fake news.
Well, first of all, of course it was going to be higher than last year. Last year's race was rain postponed until Monday, so that doesn't really count. And they moved the race up an hour just so they could get it in. That certainly hurt TV ratings because it didn't go into prime time like it normally does. So I'm going to say they should be thrilled. They should be thrilled. Michael Jordan was in the winner's circle. The ratings were up even though they moved the race up out of prime time. So, yeah, they should be thrilled.
I think they should be thrilled as well. I think what I'm learning is that there's this non-football sports audience because you can't compare anything to the NFL, and you can barely compare anything to college football at the highest level. There's this non-football audience for big events that hovers around 7 to 9 million viewers. So the NBA All-Star Game was slightly higher than the Daytona 500, but it wasn't by much. 8.8 million was their average. You're only as good as your relative competition. And I wouldn't ever, you can't compare ratings now to ratings of the past. The landscape of entertainment, the economy of subscriptions, it's just not apples to apples anymore. How well are you performing versus your peers in the current era of TV? This is what most big events get. It's essentially what the All-Star Game gets in Major League Baseball. It's what the All-Star Game gets in the NBA. So I agree. I think they should be thrilled. 71% of the vote say yes, they should be thrilled. 18% on no, it shouldn't be close. Poll question number 5. Among the common superstitions that are out there, which is the most bizarre when you really think about it? Don't walk under a ladder, saying bless you when you sneeze, knocking on wood, or not opening umbrellas indoors. Which of these is the strangest, the most peculiar of common superstitions?
Which is the most bizarre?
Yeah. Like when you really think about it, why do any of us do these things or care?
Well, first of all, what was the one about the umbrella?
Opening an umbrella indoors?
Well, first of all, you're supposed to not open an umbrella indoors. That's the superstition.
That's what I said. Yep.
Okay.
Well, I'm limited on characters in the poll, so I had to kind of get judicious with that.
Oh.
Yeah, you're not supposed to, but it's not because of courtesy. You're not supposed to do that because it's bad luck to open an umbrella indoors.
Well, you're not supposed to do it because it's the other side of stupid. Why the hell would you open up an umbrella indoors? You got to put a roof over your head.
So that you're ready to go. You got the umbrellas ready to go.
You got a roof over your head. You don't need a freaking umbrella. That's the stupidest one. I mean, why would that even be? Who even would ever do that?
I feel like
why is that even how did that become a superstition? I guess is what I'm saying.
Maybe people were. Maybe it was something that the media forced onto people because there was a rash of individuals opening their umbrellas indoors, and we're like, maybe if we convince people it's bad luck, they'll stop doing this. There are too many eye pokes going on out there. I think it's saying "bless you" when you sneeze. It's such a random thing to do. And even non-religious people say it, which I find to be a fascinating portion of that whole practice. 35% of the vote on opening umbrellas indoors or not opening umbrellas indoors. So, Mike, you are correct. That is the most peculiar. That right there, Pollapalooza for this week. Up next, your texts, your talkbacks. We want to hear from you, Gameheads. We're back with that next.